What's it got? 2.5? The sap actually ran really well all night. We had a pretty good freeze come in for about 2.5, 3 days. And then a big warm up yesterday, ending at 40 degrees, and it didn't drop last night, but it was fine because it had been like 10 degrees before that. So the back tap didn't get as much, but that's expected. And I brought my little mallet out just in case any of the taps had fallen out with the wind. But this bucket probably has 1.5 to 2, maybe 2 gallons. Just tapping a few more trees. Jace is collecting the sap. It's a pretty high wind day. The gusts, I think, are 30 or so. My phone's getting caught in that. We just put 4 more taps up down the hill, down there, down the lower lot area. And now we're going to be headed down the driveway to tap a few of the trees down along the old road that dead ends kind of at our driveway along our property. So tap's running really well. It's about 54 degrees, and want to just keep collecting these 3-gallon buckets. The taps are the only thing that's holding them into the tree, plus the wind. Just wanted to make sure we were all set. So there's a gorgeous sugar maple down in there, pretty old, that we're not sure we're gonna be able to get to, but maybe run line down to the old road. And then you'll see there's another sugar maple we're gonna try to tap here, there, and then one down at the very end of our driveway where the old road starts and the main road ends. And we're gonna collect some sap down here as well. Jay's gonna collect the sap from these trees. Not much running down here, not as much as up top of the hill. We're up to 26 gallons of sap, plus whatever we get here. And these trees are mostly over 2 feet and pretty old. So Jay set up a 55-gallon barrel here for sap collection in our big tool rack. It's working pretty good. And we're gonna go put some taps down on the old road, hopefully. So the wind is really bad up at the hill, but down here it's pretty protected. But we're supposed to get a pretty good rainstorm tonight, so we wanted to collect mid-afternoon just in case, and check the taps, make sure everything's running good and no issues. Just sent Jace back up to get more buckets because it turns out we got more sugar maples lining our old road than we thought. So I'll have to figure out how many taps we end up getting, but it'll probably be over 20. Keeps going down the hill, so should be good. The sap is absolutely pouring out of these as we're going. Again, it's 50 degrees right now. Temps are going to drop again, but for north central Mass, that's pretty warm for the swings. We're going to have it, one day will be 50 in the morning and 10 degrees that night, and then 36 the next day, so it's going to keep on being some fun sugaring weather. Got another maple here. It's actually a double, so we'll tap on each side since the tree is split up there. We'll tap one high up there and one down here. This is probably well over 3 feet from this side to the back side, and probably about 2.5 feet actually wide here. Pretty impressive. Put one bucket on the middle tree there, and then got another bucket up there. There's another one up there, and there's actually another big one that we'll probably do 2 buckets on, about 4 trees down. There's more that will go down the hill, but I don't think I want to try to collect way down there. Our property continues all the way down past this little, let's see if I can put my finger here, the little trail there that cuts into the lower part of the property. It goes all the way to the creek down at the bottom of the hill. And then there's the big maple. Oh, zooming back out. There's a big maple back in there. You can kind of see her. That's well over 3 feet in diameter. Jay's coming back down with the buckets, and he's also got switched the forks off the tractor so that we can kind of fix it so it's easier to walk over. The end of the road where the plow stops. It's our 3046R John Deere from United Ag and Turf out of Greenfield, Mass. They've been fantastic to work with. She just dropped a big chunk of snow off. But what he's doing is, I've got to be able to come and collect when he's not around. And that was an interesting climb over the bank. So he's making it safe for me, as always. I appreciate that. The sap is pouring out. I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's just pouring out of these trees. I've confirmed all of the trees that we're tapping are sugar maples. I'm looking at the bark, the buds, the formations of the buds. We aren't going to tap anything that is not a sugar maple. We're lucky enough to actually, as you can tell, have even more sugars on the property than we expected. Sugar content tends to be higher in the sugar maples than the other types of maples, and it's just the way I was brought up, I guess, which is kind of funny. But I guess I wasn't even aware that people tapped other things than sugar maples until probably about a year ago. Is how sheltered I was on it had to be a sugar maple. The ratio changes throughout the season of the sugar content, and there's tools to do that. There's a lot of resources online, a lot of YouTubers that explain a lot of that. But for the most part, it's been, you know, making sure that we're identifying our trees right, that we're making sure we're being sustainable. We're not putting 2 buckets on every tree. Trees have to be, you know, well over 18 inches to have 2 buckets, and usually, actually, I think we've only done it on ones that are 2.5 or 3 feet wide. But again, our property is nice old New England that has quite a bit of sugar maples. So now that Jay's back, we'll continue to tap a few more trees. Jay's collecting the buckets, getting those ready. I've got the taps in my bag, I think, hopefully. We'll probably do about 5 more taps now. And we did about 8, 5 up this trail so far. We'll do another 5 here, and then we did the 3 down on the lower lot. Just put 10 taps along the road here, the old road. Did some tubing at the bottom. We got the 5 trees right there tapped the other day. The ones up by the house, and then we're already tapped. There's 4 taps there. And then we tapped another 4 taps down the hill, I think. So I think we're at 25, 24, something like that. Lost count a little bit. But compared to our 4 trees total last year, not bad. And Jay made a path for me to walk so I can do the collection. So doing pretty good.